Hello everyone. Alors today, new video. We're in Doki, actually. First time we film in Doki, which is nice. And we just did the banana challenge with the team. So I figured, let's use the bananas and do a banoffee pie. So for this video, we're gonna make a nice banoffee pie, okay, from scratch. To make the tart, we need the tart shell, the base, right? So for this simple, icing sugar, butter, cubed cold, some flour, and an egg yolk, and a pinch of salt. Okay, so we're gonna start with our sugar and butter. Okay, in a mixer. If you don't have a mixer, you can also do it by hand. You know, I do recommend using a mixer though. Makes your life a bit easier. Okay, and we're just gonna cream them. Just mix them together until all the butter is incorporated. Oh, so that's gonna take a minute or two. And then crack the egg yolks. Voila. So I think one egg yolk will be enough. So it's getting there now. Slowly, slowly. I really want it to be incorporated before I put my yolk. So I don't want any lumps. Put it a bit faster. There we go. Put the yolks in. When this is done, I'll just put my flour. We're gonna mix slowly, so we don't want a explosion of flour. I've done it before. So look, see, I work it a little bit more by hand like that. All right. Just to get rid of the last little lump. Yeah, that's it. Okay. That's all we need. All right. So now I can put that between two paper or in cling film. I'm gonna leave it in the fridge for about 30 minutes. Okay. Now we're working on the caramel. Okay. So we're gonna do a dry caramel to start. So sugar, unsalted butter, double cream, a very good vanilla, and some sea salt. Okay. So we'll start simply by melting our sugar. Okay. Little by little. It takes a bit of time at first, but once it started to melt, it will be very fast. Okay. So for a dry caramel, we don't want to put everything at once, because otherwise it can get like quite lumpy, and then you struggle to melt. Okay. So we want an even caramelization of our sugar. So we go little by little. Okay. So we start like that. We let it melt. When it's fully melted, we add a bit more. Okay. Okay. Now you see. Now we're getting there. I've reduced to the max, okay, because I don't want to burn it. When I get a nice color, I'm gonna start adding my butter, but it's gonna bubble quite a bit, okay? So we want to be careful. That's a good color now. So I start to add my butter. It will melt slowly, okay? Up, and put the rest. Okay, and now I'm gonna add my cream slowly. So you see now, I've added my cream. I have a nice and smooth caramel. Okay. So add a nice pinch of salt and a generous spoon of vanilla. One and a half. The caramel is done. I'll put it in a container and we'll keep it in the fridge for now to cool down. Oh, cling film to touch and in the fridge. Okay, so my dough is much harder now. I put it about 20 minutes in the fridge and 10 minutes in the freezer, right? We're just going to roll it quite thin. I'll say that's enough. So what I'm gonna do now is cut here. The base. It's not gonna be long enough, but then I'm gonna cut some strips, just like so. Slightly wider than this. Well, I'm just gonna put it in there. So I put this in the freezer, 10 minutes roughly. I put some flour inside just to make sure, when I bake it, the side don't collapse. Usually I use rice. I didn't have rice, so I used flour and cling film, okay? You can use peas, whatever you got, all right? We use flour today. There we go. So I set my oven at 175, okay, 175 degrees. We are going to start with roughly 15 minutes and see how it goes. I think it's gonna take a bit longer than 15, but we'll start with 15. Okay, that's it. Regarde. Parfait. Parfait. So what I'm gonna do is let it cool down, and then I'm gonna put the egg yolks on it, and then we'll put it back in the oven for a bit. Okay, because that's still a bit soft. So we'll leave it cool down, and we'll get back to it when it's ready. It's cooled down a bit, so I'm just gonna paint my egg yolk on it. So what is that gonna do basically? It's gonna solidify it a bit more, but also prevents it, like helps it against moisture, because we're going to put caramel inside. We're going to put creams, banana, everything is kind of like moist, so it would make the dough kind of like soggy, right? So with the egg yolk, it's gonna create sort of like a shell against that, okay? So we go all around, inside, outside. You see the Tart Base là, we got it out of the oven, we let it cool down. So with the egg yolks, it makes it like very nice and shiny, okay? So we're gonna use our vanilla caramel. And then we'll put slices of banana all around. Oh, just like that, all around it. Okay, so for the last step, we need to do the cream to put on top. So I'll do mascarpone Chantilly with vanilla. So for that, I just use mascarpone cream, 250 grams. We're going to put about 300 milliliters of double cream, a generous spoon of vanilla again,
You are a generous man.
Ah, bah, yeah. We do it for us. And about 50 grams of icing sugar. I'd say this much would do. Okay. And I need something to whisk. I guess we are going super pro. Super pro on that recipe. I don't have the whisk attachment for my stand-up mixer. So I think I had to get that from the house. That's what we're gonna use. Now, where's the attachment for it? Let's start slowly. I like to be generous on the vanilla.
Yes.
Voila. What do you think?
Not bad.
Nice. So to finish, I want to put some pecans here and there. So am I going to put whole ones maybe? Yeah. And to finish, I'll put a little bit of chocolate powder. Okay, let's see how it looks. Look at that. We have the caramel, the banana, and the Chantilly mascarpone. Voilà. Perfect little bite là. That's good. Anyway, that's the recipe for the banoffee pie, and we'll see you later for what will be the next recipe. We don't know yet. A flan maybe. See ya.